Um, Thank you very much. My name is John Dumelo, and I'm an actor. I still act. I still act, but then now I'm doing agriculture as well. So I'm sure people will ask, okay, so when is the next movie coming out? I mean, it's going to come out soon. Um, but I'm here to tell you my story about what happened before I went into agriculture. So it's a bold step growing agric into the next century. What made me get into agriculture is passion. Now, I'm somebody who likes to take a lot of risk. I've tried so many businesses. I've tried bakery, I've tried hair. I used to sell hair, J-Mello hair. You remember? Peruvian, Brazilian, baby curls, everything. And then what happened was, I have a lot of female friends. So what happened was, they came, oh, John, give me hair, take. Give me hair, take. And that's how the business collapsed. So I didn't do well with that one because I didn't have passion for it. But with agriculture, I had a passion for it. And so I'm going to show you, the next slide, I'm going to show you something. There are three numbers. I would want you to memorize those three numbers. But do not use it for lottery. I repeat. The first number is 10, the second is 35, the next is 110. So please memorize these numbers well. If you use your lottery, that's fine. Give me your 10% when you chop the thing tomorrow. But here's the thing. Why agric? Agric because there was a time I wanted to open a restaurant and people were saying, okay, John, open a restaurant. I was like, okay, fine, I'll do that. But what I realized was there are so many restaurants in Accra. So what would make me different? And I realized that, okay, most of these restaurants, what happens? They need ingredients. Everybody eats every day. So all these restaurants will need tomatoes, all these restaurants will need pepper, all these restaurants will need onions and everything. So why don't I venture into agriculture? And that's what made me get into agriculture. I was like, look, let me start the value chain. Let me be the one to supply all these restaurants meat and all the agric products so that at the end of the day, I can service about 100 restaurants in Accra alone and still make my money. So that's why I got into agriculture. Now, what was the first number I said? Hey, you chop money. 10, now let me tell you what happened. Those days, there was no Instagram. Those days, there was no Twitter. There was nothing. So I couldn't get a picture of myself then. But the next slide is a picture of me standing by my first farm. Now, that is me. 10 years old, I used to live in Community 6, and that's when I developed my interest in agriculture. I used to grow corn when I was a kid, but the corn died, as usual. But that was a learning experience for me. And so that was when I got into agric. Fast forward, now, what I'm doing is I have 2,000 acres of farmland. The first year, 2 years ago, I did 10 acres of maize. Now I'm doing 150 acres of maize. Also 150 acres of beans. What happens, the reason why I'm mixing the maize and the beans is because, when you plow the land and you grow your maize, inside the maize you can grow the beans. And so when you finish harvesting the maize, you can harvest the beans as well. So that's double profit for you, if I may put it that way. The next slide, I did okra, 10 acres of okra. I did 10, but I only got 3 acres. And that's the only okra I was able to harvest. And that's because it was an experiment. And most of the insects and things chopped the okra. But in that picture, I was supposed to be smiling to look like a happy farmer. Because agric is not easy. But then, that's what happened. So, but now, I'm going to do 50 acres of okra starting next month. So everything for me is trial and error. And that's what agric, you need a lot of patience for agriculture. It's not money in, money out quickly. It's money in wait. Just wait. Forget about that money. And then you get your money out. What I'm also doing is sack farming. The advantage of sack, and that's cucumber. The advantage of sack farming is you don't plow the land. You just get your sacks, you put the seeds in the sack, and then it grows. You can control pests, you can control weeds, you can control so many other things. And that's what we are doing right now. We are doing sack farming. Then also we are doing snails. Presently, when I say we, I'm talking about me and the guys I work with on the farm. We are doing snail farming. We have 45,000 snails now, and we are expanding to 1 million snails in the next 12 months to feed Ghana and West Africa. Now, it's not been easy. Here are the challenges. The first one is tractor services. This is very expensive. When you go to the north, and I'm sure some of you are from the north here, to plow 1 acre of land is 80 Ghana cedis. 1 acre. How many people in the north, or how many farmers can afford 80 cedis per acre? Very few. And so for me, that is a very challenging factor. But before then, also before you get into agric, you have to find the right market. People just get into agric and they just harvest and they say, okay, they are now looking for the market. That's wrong. You need to find the market first before you get into agric. Then you have the cost of land. Somebody asked, okay, so John, how come you have all these land? And I said, look, getting land is very easy in Ghana, honestly speaking. Because Ghana